Hey everyone, welcome to the Founder Series. In this series, we are not going to talk about valuations, stock price, headlines, or anything in that aspect. We are going deeper into the mind of the person who built it. Because companies don't scale on their own. Founders do. Their doubts, their decisions, their risk, and their crazy moments. That's what shapes everything we see from the outside. So, in every episode, we will cover one thing: how founder thinks, moves, survives, and scales. Not the company, the human side of it. And today, we start with someone who didn't just build business, he built 3 industries at once. Let us begin. Most founders pick one hard problem. Bhavish Aggarwal decided to fight 3 giants simultaneously. He built Uber's biggest competitor in India, then went head-to-head with Tesla, and now he's literally trying to build India's own AI chips to compete with Nvidia. I'm not exaggerating. This man is operating at a different level. And in the next 12 minutes, we will break down exactly how he did it. Because his playbook might just be the blueprint for the next wave of Indian tech entrepreneurs. Stay till the end, because the real lesson isn't about his net worth. It's about the mindset shift. You need to build something that actually matters. Let me set the scene. In 2010, Bhavish quit Microsoft. Yeah, the Microsoft. 2 patents, 3 international research papers, and the whole deal. And what does he do? He builds a tour planning website. Not sexy, right? But here's the thing most people miss. He wasn't afraid to start something small. He wasn't waiting around for a perfect billion-dollar idea. Then one day something happens that changes everything. He was on a road, middle of nowhere in India. The taxi driver decides he doesn't like the deal anymore and gets into an argument and leaves him stranded. No app, no rating system, no support. Just a guy standing on the side of the road and thinking, wait, why is this so hard? Millions of people must be dealing with this every single day. And that frustration, that became Ola Cabs. This is the first lesson. Don't wait for inspiration. Live with your frustration into a business. It's 2011. Uber doesn't even exist in India. Bhavish launches Ola with his IIT friend Ankit. And the India they are entering? No UPI, no smartphone, people still calling taxi numbers. And they walked in and said, we are building an app for this. But here's where most people get the story wrong. Ola didn't go head-to-head with Uber on speed and funding. Ola went head-to-head on understanding the customer. They added cash payments because India was still cash first. They built Ola Mini, Ola Auto, bike taxis, shared rides, the unglamorous stuff Uber ignored. They reached Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities while Uber focused on metros. By the mid-2010, Ola had around 60% market share. SoftBank jumped in, Tiger Global jumped in, and valuation hits around $6 to $7 billion. Bhavish had become the national icon. But here's what happened next. 2019 rolls out, plans for an IPO. Then 2020 hits. Rides drop by 90%. Yes, 90%. For a company that literally moves people, this is catastrophic. Market change too. Public investors stopped forgiving. We will be profitable eventually, said the tech companies. Valuations got marked down from around 6 to 7 billion to 3.5 billion and then $2 billion. And here's where most founders would panic. They would double down on fixing the core business, cut costs, fight harder. Bhavish did the opposite. He stepped back from Ola's day-to-day and bet everything on his next move: electric vehicles. When one engine stalls, don't force it. Build the next one. Bhavish notices something obvious. India is suffocating in pollution. Fuel prices are going high. Two-wheelers are everywhere. So he asks a simple question. If India needs clean mobility, who's actually going to build it? Not import it, not copy it, built it. Hence comes Ola Electric. And he doesn't do the half measures. He designs their own scooters in-house, built a mega factory in Tamil Nadu, and plans to manufacture their own battery, eventually the full ecosystem. Vehicles, softwares, charging services, everything. By August 2021, S1 electric scooter was launched. And the hype was insane. 1 lakh reservations in a day. By 2023 and 2024, Ola Electric owns around 35 to 45% of the India's electric scooter market, from zero to category leader in 3 years. And around 2024 August, IPO was launched. 6,000 crores raised, stocks soars. Bhavish becomes the billionaire again. On paper, comeback story of the decade. You know the headlines already around Ola Electric. Delivery delays, software bugs, quality complaints, some scooters not even hitting the promised range, employees complaining about the brutal working conditions, legal cases emerged around the workplaces, stress and treatment. Media roasted him. Twitter also roasted him. Analysts questioned everything. And while all that things was happening, what does Bhavish do? He opens another war front, not in mobility, not in EV, in AI and semiconductors. Because he's not thinking small. His thought process is radical. If chips were the new oil, why is India just buying them? Why can't we make them? Enter Krutrim, meaning artificial in Sanskrit. In 2024, he raised $50 billion at the valuation of $1 billion. But the money? That's boring. The roadmap is insane. Bodhi1, AI chip for language and vision models, launching in 2026. Bodhi2, supercomputer level chip for trillion parameter model, launching in 2028. Server1, general purpose cloud CPU, OJAS, edge AI chip, going into Ola vehicles. Think about that. Ola electric scooters running on Krutrim AI chip, powered by Ola batteries, connected to the Ola crowd infrastructure. That's not a scooter company anymore. That's the tech conglomerate. Mobility, energy, computing, all in one house. Forget the net worth, forget the drama. Here's what actually matters. Number 1, start small, obsess locally. Ola Trip wasn't a unicorn, but it got him into the game. Enter the arena first, let the reality teach you. Number 2, your strength is also your weakness. Speed and aggression builds everything, but they also create chaos. Know your dark side. Number 3, don't lock yourself into one identity. He went from apps to factories to semiconductors. His identity wasn't taxi founder. It was solve how India moves and computes. Number 4, aim to create tech and not to use it. Ola used smartphones. Ola Electric built hardware. Krutrim is building chips. The next decade belongs to creators and not users. Number 5, criticism isn't failure. It's the tax on your ambition. You get criticized when you matter. Use the signal, ignore the noise, and keep moving. And here's the real question he's throwing at you. Are you going to be a passenger of your own life, or you're going to grab the steering wheel, even if it scares you? And that's the Bhavish question. That's all from my side, guys. And if you want breakdowns of the founders who actually changed the industries, hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And drop your thoughts in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.